All right, all right, all right. That's weird. I can't pin something in my own chat. But let me refresh. I bet you it's because the stream wasn't really live. Let me refresh. I bet you it's because the stream wasn't really live. Let me refresh. I bet you it's because the stream wasn't really. All right, we might just have to renew that. And apparently, let me check the YouTube chat. Is there an option now for me to pin this message? I saw a way for me to pin a message, but at the same time, I don't have anyone else in the chat right now. Test. All right. That is my cool creator code because I am now a creator of Big Time. All right, guys. So now that we've been live for a little bit, I don't know how many of you will be coming in, but tonight's stream will be a little bit shorter. We're kind of going to be talking about some of the basics and the fact that I'm going live tomorrow with the guy who got me into being a creator of Big Time, and we're going to be talking about the game and going over a lot of things. So for those that haven't seen yet, let me talk about what I'm planning to give away on one of my upcoming streams. Now, I'm not giving this away tonight or tomorrow morning because I am trying to bring up, kind of bring my Big Time followers up, and I need to set up a way to do this giveaway. I think what I'm going to end up doing is running it on Twitter. So if you see here, you can see my profile. You can see that I have all these invite codes, and I only have 173 left because a lot of you have been joining through my creator code. Thank you so much. I got my buddy Ape right now as my creator code here, but I do believe you can put my name Stever82 in here, and then you would get a chance to help me out if you decide to make any purchases. Now let's go ahead and go to my collection of items. As you can see, so far I have found 2 NFTs in this game. That's the Wheatstone and this rare chair. And I have purchased an Echoing Hourglass, a small Epic Space, a Lonely Knight, and a Rift Armory. But I have got these all basically for free from originally buying this Meteoric Time Warden. Big Time has a great rental system. Time Wardens are in demand. As you can see, this has actually got 22 hours left, so this item will be coming back to me tomorrow, and I'll be able to do some of my first videos later in this week showing you guys what Time Wardens can do and how you can use them. But the basics of them is they are used in either crafting hourglasses or breaking down hourglasses. So those are their 2 main functions as far as I know them. But again, I am still learning the ins and outs of this game just because for me, it's mostly just a fun game that I enjoy to play. But renting this out for around this price, there is a market fee of 20%, so I'm not getting a straight $235, has funded my other purchases. The current plan is to bring that Time Warden to my account, show you guys it in a couple videos, then move it back out and rent it out again. Once I've rented it out again, I'm looking at getting my second space because I am going to need an additional space, and I'll go over why. I have a Rift Armory, and I want to get myself a this is the one that makes armor, a forge. So I want to get the forge that creates weapons. And then once I have those two, in my Epic Small Space, if I connect those two to it, I can't connect my Time Warden to anything. So he'll be stuck in the ether. I'll need another room because I own small spaces that only have 2 doors. You can buy bigger spaces that have bigger doors, but we'll go over that more, as we get into it and as I get into that part of the game. Now, for the most part, Big Time for me was a single player game until I got into it with some buddies and finally got them into the game. And now I've been able to play with them a lot more often. So that's a big win for me, and I'm glad that's going on. But let's go ahead and talk about, let's see here. Let's go ahead and get into the game. So for you, if you're a new player and you join the game with my creator code, you will have to play through a tutorial. The tutorial will get you to level 5, and then it's going to get you into town. Once you're in town, you can start looking for different parties. So I'm over here in the Icy Waste. Let me go ahead and go back to town. This is the same town that you would start in. They're going to have a really dramatic intro where you walk through this pier talking to all these different bots once you finish the tutorial, and then you'll be in the town. Now, the one critique I would say about this game, and it is something that they are aware of and working on, party making isn't always the easiest. Some of the easiest ways to get parties is going to be to watch streamers like myself or other streamers that are on Twitch and group up with them. A lot of them will be willing to go ahead and run dungeons with you. I have watches at a lot of different levels. So right now I'm on my higher watch. This is a level 30 watch, but I also have a level 15 watch. I have a couple brand new watches that I could run a low level dungeon with you. And then I also have a level 34 watch, and I think I have a level 43 as my highest. So I have watches at a lot of different areas, and I will be definitely willing to just duo dungeons with you guys and help you through those first couple beginning parts of the game. Dungeons, so there's two types of dungeons in this game. Let's go ahead and bring up the map. Oh, I'm having that little thing where they don't want to let me run. Here we go. Usually you can find some very intro dungeons down here when you first come into the game. And they're going to be like right after you walk into the land usually. Let me go see if I can find any on the map. It's going to prove me wrong this time, and there's not going to be any here. Let's see if there's any over here. Maybe I'll find one somewhere. Oh, there's one. So they're usually down here by the coast. They have this big fish above them. This is going to be usually one of the first dungeons you're going to do. As you can see, you could be level 1 until level 6. It'll be very easy for you to do. And if you run this dungeon with a brand new watch, you'll get from 1 to level 5. Now, if you do the tutorial, your very first watch will probably be over level 1, and so the over level 6. And so you're going to be able to skip those. That dungeon is really for people who are starting brand new watches. Part of this game is finding more advanced watches that can level quicker and have more advanced abilities. I can show you here, my T5 watch can hold 3 of these gears, whereas all T4 or tier 4 and lower watches can only hold 2 gears. I don't have anything higher than a tier 5, but eventually I think up in the tier 7s they can even hold 4. This just means that your character can be stronger. They tend to have more abilities, more statistics on them, and they're able to hold more gears. So part of this game is you're going to level up your first watch you get, and then eventually hopefully get another watch. Now, something you can do if you decide to watch streamers play and other people get into the game is you can ask for a watch kind of early on. Now, you can't equip a watch of tier 5 right away. You have, like this one, I have to have a rank of at least 45 to wear. So normally I couldn't wear this if I wouldn't have already leveled up a couple watches to level 30 and got my rank up pretty high. So you can't just come into the game and immediately wear a T5 watch. You're going to have to level up one of your other watches. Like this one I leveled to 34. This other tier 3 I leveled up to 43. Those let me get a rank of 45, and I was able to start playing my tier 5 watch and start doing a lot of different missions. This is a lot of the stuff that I would say is pretty important to understand, because if you're going to be playing the game, you want to make sure that you're as efficient as you can be. Now, those dungeons that I showed you that are purple on the map, those ones are free to get into. But let's go ahead and go over here and look at these gold dungeons. So this is called a prestige dungeon. As you can see, prestige dungeons start pretty early. They're level 9 to 14, but you have to have cosmetic NFTs equipped. This one, you need to have at least 3 cosmetics of a rarity between epic and unique equipped, and you have to pay big time to go into this portal. This is These portals are more guaranteed to give you back big time tokens as you play them, and they have higher opportunities for you to get NFTs. You don't really want to do prestige portals alone though, because part of this game that is important is playing in groups. And the easiest way I can say that it is important that you play in groups is because when you run a dungeon by yourself, less monsters spawn. Every time you kill a monster or you're in a group that kills a monster, there's a chance of that monster dropping you an NFT. If you want more chances to get NFTs in the same amount of time, you need to be running dungeons in groups. Because if you run a dungeon even with 3 or 4 people at least, you're going to get a higher spawn rate. Now when you walk right out of town, you're going to see this dungeon here is a level 7 dungeon. These might be some of the first dungeons you come out of and run. You're going to want to come out of town and go to the left for the early dungeons. There'll be more early. There's also an exit on the left of town. See over there where that one is. So we'll go check this one really quick. Right here. This one is 1 to 6 as well. So I think you had somebody over here who was getting beat up by these bugs. So I was going to kill them for him. Of course, you had a mage come and blow one of them up really quick. Yeah, that's just something we do for kind of new players, because if you're only level 1 and you want to go in the dungeon and there's a level 7 tank bug out here, it might kill you. That's why they had those dungeons down by the beach, though. Those don't have monsters by them. Then if you go a little further to the left here, you're going to end up seeing some other dungeons. Here's another 1 to 6. See, to the left out of the town seems to be where the low level ones are. Even this prestige portal is going to be a 4 to 9. This one is kind of expensive with 15 big time tokens to get into, but it is there is nothing else needed. So this is only big time needed to go in and play this dungeon. So that's kind of interesting. I could spend my big time and go in there, but the other part of dungeoning is you're going to need to have hourglasses. Now I have not unlocked all my hourglass places. I'm going to start unlocking these over time here. They cost around $700 to unlock all of these, but you have to clip one of these hourglasses to have a better chance of getting big time token. See, this increases my luck by 17.25. This one does it by 10, and if you have higher rarity ones, even more. Now these numbers are really, really low because they're my NFTs that are considered cracked hourglasses. Now this one right here, this is my one real NFT. See this one right here? See, muted, 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 muted. All these ones are muted, and these ones are whispering, but these ones are muted. But this common hourglass that I bought, its big time luck rate is 92. So you can see the actual real NFT ones, not the in-game ones that you can get from your space for free, but the ones that you have to craft, or you have to craft these or buy them. They have 92 luck even starting at a common, so way better than these other rarities. All 19 of my tokens I found while running this hourglass here. I haven't ever found any tokens while running a cracked glass, and I haven't found any tokens while playing the game normal. When you play the game normal, the tokens you earn are actually these other tokens, which are your here, let me bring up my open loot profile. If I go to my collection, can I go to currencies? I have 538 time crystals, but what I was looking for was premium currencies. Okay, yeah, see, so you find these augmented brushfire lattices and terracores. I found one of each of those, and then I found 602 raw ones and 562 of the raws. Now the raws have to be turned into these augmented ones, but these currencies can be bought and sold. So these are the free ones that you can be found in the game, so that there is a free to earn aspect of this game, but it is not very high. Those do not sell for very much money, But you can play the game for free. You can never buy any NFTs or anything else, and you can earn a little bit of money. All right, so let's go ahead and go into a dungeon so we can go ahead and look at a little bit of the gameplay. So I'm going to have to run back over to town, and I'm going to have to head off into a place that has a dungeon that I can play by myself. Now, I'm going to show you me playing by myself. It's not the easiest way to play. It's not how I would normally play. But like I said, tonight's going to be a shorter stream because tomorrow at 5 a.m. my time, which is only 8 hours away, I'll be coming live with my buddy Jack from the Big Time team. We'll be talking to all of you that decide to come and hang out with us. So hopefully I get at least a few people in the crowd. And then we can go ahead and talk about Big Time. Oh, yeah. One other thing I'll tell you guys before we get into going to a dungeon. Let me go ahead and go back to my premium currencies here. Bring this back over. The thing that I'm planning to give away soon is one of these. So I have these lucky mystery draw boxes. The plan is on a stream in the near future, I'm going to give one of these away. I am going to be waiting till the crowd gets a little bit bigger here. Hopefully more of you can come and hang out with me. And then I'm going to be opening the other one. So we're going to have a stream where we open one and we give away one. That's the current plan. Let me go ahead and check something right now. Oh, we do have a couple of viewers on the YouTube stream. Thank you very much for being here. Go ahead and feel free to, chat, guys. Say hi. I'd appreciate that, just to let me know that you're there. Of course, if you're just listening and not able to watch, but you're hanging out, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And thanks, Plato, for coming over to chat on the Big Time stream here. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Plato normally would be somebody I'd be looking to come and play with me. But like I said, I'm just having a quick one tonight because I have to wake up really early. It's kind of funny when you have to work with those guys in those other time zones than you. All right, I was kind of a dork and I ran right past the teleporter. So let's get over to there. All right, there it is. And actually, we're going to go to No Man's Land and look for a dungeon to try. Also, just really quickly, I realized something. The music, I wanted the music to be on a little bit, but I have to turn the master volume up. Okay. Hey, Platos, as long as you're hanging out, if you're still listening, let me know if that's coming through nice and clear. Okay, let's see. We're going to look for a lower end dungeon so I can actually show you guys some gameplay and do a couple things. I don't want to be in one where I'm going to get my butt kicked, but we'll see what we can find. All right, there's one down here that looks to be relatively normal. They have increased damage though, so we're not going to do that one. I don't have a good way to heal myself. This is a Rift Forest, 32 to 35 though. That's a little too big. I wonder why that didn't show up on my map. Oh, it did. My map is just being a little laggy. All right, let's go check the other side. Yeah, bots. This is open world, and if you want to try it up, I mean, it's not completely open world. It's a relatively big game with multiple zones, and you can run around the zone, but as you can see, there aren't that many monsters out here to fight. The fighting is really about running dungeons. If I was to compare the way this game feels to a gamer, it's kind of like a mix between a Diablo and a Diablo 3 and a World of Warcraft, because it looks and plays like World of Warcraft, but the way you play the game reminds me of Diablo 3. You can run around on the world and stuff, but you really have to go into certain missions and dungeons in order to really kill any monsters and find any items. It is possible to kill little monsters out here in the world, but they're just not that frequent. Oh, there's a fun dungeon over there I could maybe do. These ones are a little dangerous to do by myself. Like I said, in the open world, there's not really much enemies. There's not much stuff to fight. So this is the Vendetta's Vortex. We'll go ahead and just get into this one because there's not bad bonuses here. Now, they do have a chip system. You find these chips for free. You can roll and get a bonus, but you only want to really be rolling and doing bonuses when you're playing with party members. Yeah, so basically, you go around the map, and every once in a while when you find a dungeon bolt, there'll be some monsters guarding it. You have to kill them in order to get into the dungeon. And there are some little, like I wouldn't call them monsters. They're more like, what do you call it? They're more like cattle. Because they don't fight back and they die really quick, but you can kill them for items. Oh, that's a town portal. That's not a bad potion. Now, this map, this is one of the new maps they've made. They have some much simpler maps. This map is similar to being kind of like a parkour course and a monster course. So as you can see, I'm fighting some spiders here. These are really simple bugs. As you can tell, they're kind of little. Oh, that one is a little bit bigger, so he's a little bit more dangerous. So we're going to try to hit him with my shurikens, but I missed. As you can see, I got hit there. And like I said, I'm playing a Shadow Blade. I don't have a way to heal, so I either have to drink a potion or sit on my butt if I get beat up. Now, as you can see, like I said, parkour map. We got electrician, things trying to electrocute us. We got bombs going off as we walk. You got a time moving around. Not all the maps are like this. In fact, most of the maps are simpler, and you would just come in and fight monsters. Oh, that was a disappointment. Right here, it looks like oh, what do I do? Oh, wait, look. These start coming up. But then, oh crap, look at that. I almost walked off. So you got to pay attention on this map. This is actually one that I actually kind of like to run because it's a little bit different, a little bit more engaging than some of the other maps. But it's also quite frustrating because you can lose and be kicked out of the dungeon just because you fall off the map, which is, you know, a challenging thing. Also, like I said, as I'm running solo, I don't really have a good chance of finding anything very cool on this run when it comes to NFTs or big time tokens. Now, I have noticed that when I play solo, because I have played solo a decent amount, I can find good gear. Because, like I said, this game has 2 levels of equipment. In a group battle, you're looking for 2 to 6, but you'll see here when I mean, as far as party members, oh, I got zapped by that. That's gonna hurt. I'm gonna have to sit down and drink a potion. Drink one of those. I gotta wait for that to go away so I can run. All right, let's be a little more careful. You'll see here when I get to past this first parkour part, I'm gonna get into the first actual battle sequence. So it'll probably be about a minute or 2 more. I gotta kind of focus here so I don't get myself killed. Okay, we'll get past that one. We'll run past that one. We'll run past this. Alright, I think this is just a straight shot, but I don't want to go too fast because I don't want to fall before I can show you the battle sequence. Otherwise, you'll get to call me a liar. Alright, let's wait for this. Alright, let's go through. Now we got to do a couple little jumps. 1 and 2. So basically, this map is broken into the parkour sections and now the battle sections. So my first mission of this is to destroy those 2 rift generators. Those rift generators are going to spawn monsters, and they also have monsters already around them. So we're going to go ahead and go for this one first. I have a move where I can throw shurikens. Oh, I had some spiders behind me. As you can see, these groups are getting a lot bigger. All those lightning bolts coming out are in place. You see right here, we got a special bug with a yellow shield. So shielding, hammers work against yellow shields. One-handed swords work against purple shields. Two-handed swords work against blue shields. I happen to be using a hammer right now, but it is possible for it to, you know, for the monsters that do kind of show up. Now, luckily, my character is wearing pretty good gear, so I'm doing okay here. But now you can see I got the Rift Generator kind of low. I don't really want to deal with this for too long, but all of a sudden the monsters got stronger. So now these guys started showing up. Monsters with auras started showing up. More big bugs started showing up. You can see that one just hit me and it made my armor turn kind of red. And it didn't die from one attack. You see this giant one is coming after me now. I'm gonna hit that barrel. There's kind of cheater moves there. Now that I've cleared some out, I'm gonna come back in and try to finish this off. Alright, Rift Generator's going down. Okay, I've still got to kill off all of these monsters now. Also, my weapon has an innate on these super attacks I'm doing. I do have a life steal, because I do have a life steal gem in this hand. Try to take off this turret. These turrets are annoying because they explode, so you gotta run away. Alright, I want to fight. You can use a controller, but it's really hard because as you can see on the bottom there, Bolts, it has 10 different buttons. So if you can map 10 buttons to your controller and figure out how to play that way, I have heard people say that they can play with a controller. Most people play with keyboard and mouse, and then what they do is they bind abilities 7, 8, 9, and 10 to their mouse if their mouse has that many buttons, so that you can go, WSAT 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe, and 6 maybe for something you don't use that often, and then 7, 8, 9, 10 on your mouse, so that you can access those via keyboards. That's some of the best setups I've seen. Now I'm gonna skip that Rift Generator here and go kill something else. This is a Reviver. So I don't like this Reviver being here while it is near that Rift Generator, that one over there, because you'll see here, if I kill any of these monsters, the Reviver brings them back to life. So we don't want the Rift Generator to come into play here. So we'll come over here, we'll destroy that. Also, it drops items, so we pick those up. As you can see, this is where I'm talking about the Diablo stuff. I'm getting armor, all kinds of different gear. Most of it is just going to be garbage to me and I'm going to sell. Some of it might give me new armor, but I'd really be looking to get some NFTs. As you can see, I only have a title equipped. I do own an emote, so I can equip that emote if I want to show you one more. Go back. So now I've got an emote in there, but I don't have any NFTs of armor yet. I don't have any of this stuff yet. So that's all stuff that I'm still working on getting at this point in the game. Alright. So now we're going to come over here. We're going to try to fight this Rift Generator. Now this one, as you can see, is much more defended. There's towers out here. So I'm going to try to clear out some of those. Another tower over here. Oh wow, there's a lot of guys. Let's try doing some of my moves. My ranged moves to take some of these guys out. Let's go back to oil trap and slow them down. Oh, whoa, gotta be careful on that black flipping one. Okay, my life is pretty low here, so we're gonna pop the potion. Try to take out this tower. This one right here shoots rockets, so that's super annoying. That was close. Had to get out of dodge. Take out this one over here. One more tower. This one's super annoying. As you can see, it's beating me up pretty bad. Let's try to do kicks. Oh, I missed him. Shuriken fans, both of these kill those guys. Oh no! Oh, they killed me. You don't have unlimited stamina, but you have quite a bit of his stamina. Well, I was proving a point. Playing the game alone is hard. And I failed. Now, when you die, you don't get an experience penalty, but you get a gold penalty, which is kind of annoying. You do get to keep the gear that you collected, so I did collect a little bit of gear there. I have no statistics to show because I didn't beat the dungeon, so that was a little bit embarrassing. Let's see if we can find another one to give that a shot. I'll have to get more used to talking and playing, because I feel like I made a couple mistakes there a couple times, and it's not on you. I'm trying to help you guys and teach you guys just something I'll have to remember. So that one's 28 to 32. You know what I'll do? Because I do want to try to complete one dungeon on this stream. So let's go ahead and head to the zone before this one, and we'll run a dungeon that's a little bit lower level, but will be a better little thing to show. It'll still be a little bit competitive. See, this one is 29 to 34, and I'm only 30. So we'll go to the zone that's 20 to 30, and this one I should be able to find a dungeon where I'll be, the strongest character in the dungeon, as opposed to some of those spiders were higher level than me, and so they hit me pretty good. Oh, maybe we can do that one. If that's a low level tombs, these ones are always kind of fun, and it can be, I'll show you a more traditional dungeon. Player health reduction. I'm going to go ahead and give this a shot. Most people don't like this one, but at least it's only level 1. But I'm also getting enemy mitigation reduction and player health regen, so I'm going to give it a shot. Hey, DeFizz, how you doing, sir? How you doing? I'm just messing around tonight, doing a short little stream. And then we'll be calling it quits tonight. I'll be going live tomorrow special at 5 a.m. Pacific time. So for anybody that is awake and able to come to that stream, it would be nice to pull some good numbers on that one. So look, so this first mission I got is Find the Bomb. Find the Bomb is kind of an interesting one. Now here, you can see I'm not fighting spiders. This is more of the sand people maps, and raptors is the best I could explain them. They kind of remind me of a bit like the sand people from Star Wars. That's why I said that. So, as you can see, I'm a little bit stronger than these guys. They're 2 to 3 levels below me instead of a level or 2 above me. So I can throw my shuriken fans and kill them, beat them up with a hammer. I can probably throw my kicks and actually hurt them pretty well. Show off some of my ninja moves, grab my pants there, that guy up. Now this one, I have to admit, this mission for me is going to be harder to do. Some classes can do this mission alone easier. But I have to defuse that bomb without getting hit. And as you can see, these monsters keep coming back to life. So I might fail right away if they don't let me defuse it. Now we have to hope that raptor doesn't run over here. Oh, okay, he missed. And he ran away. Am I gonna get it? Am I gonna get it? I got it! Alright, so I completed the first mission in the dungeon this time instead of dying like a noob last time. So I'm cleaning up these last 2 raptors. Got super lucky I evaded that attack. And we will kill this guy. Now, every time you beat a mission, you get a chest. So I get this level 24 epic chest. Obviously, the chest can drop items of all kinds of levels. That's a level 21, that's a level 21, that's a level 23. These glowy things, I got one of these last time, but I didn't even get to talk about them. These are the mod chips I talked to you about. So this is a prestige portal mod chip. So when I came into the dungeon, I showed you that you can spin for the bonuses. Those are the chips to spin for bonuses. You can get a regular portal or a prestige portal chip. Now, if you're not somebody that runs prestige portals, unfortunately, the prestige portals aren't going to do anything for you, the tokens, but it kind of makes sense to collect them just in case, you know, even if it takes you a long time to build up your NFT collection, you might want to go into a prestige portal sometime, and then those ones you always want to do bonuses. Now, destroying these pots is only because, as you can see, I don't know if you can see on my screen, but I only have 8 health potions left. So I'm looking for health potions. I found one, so that was pretty cool. Now, my next mission is to destroy the sarcophaguses. As you can see, they're these green, those yellow dots. So there's 2 over there, and there's 1 over here. So we'll go do the 1 first. As you can see, the map on the bottom of the right of the screen, you can play with it on the map. On the screen. If you don't like that, you can put it up here in the corner. I like it though because it lets me know where I've explored. There's multiple ways of trying to attack a dungeon. You can do a full clear, or you can do an objective, more like a straight to the objectives. I think because I'm running solo and I don't have I don't want to be here too late, I'm going to do a quicker one. Right there, that was my backstab. Every good Shadow Blade has to have a backstab, correct? Now, my Shadow Blade is built more towards doing range damage. This is a build that is kind of popular right now. As you can see, I have the Shuriken move. I can still hit people with a hammer. I have a backflip to get away. I have this flying kick in the air. This is a wind kick and Shuriken build Shadow Blade. That's a mana potion, that's a speed potion. This little guy, he's kind of annoying. He has an aura that would hurt me if I wanted to fight him toe to toe. But I can throw my oil trap on him and it takes away those auras. Oil trap is definitely needed for Shadow Blades because of that. Alright, he hit me pretty hard, but we got him. Alright. These little rooms are kind of good rooms to come clear because you get a nice little monster spawn and you get a chance to get potions. I just got unlucky and got bad potions. Now we'll come back in here. That room's a dead end. Do a little bit more destroying of these, and then we'll open the sarcophagus. Now, as you can see, each of the missions are different, and the missions sometimes will have something special to do because with the map. I'm in a tomb, so I got a mission to open sarcophaguses. You wouldn't get that if you were somewhere that was not a tomb. Yeah, this one doesn't really have those. So when you open this, you get some loot, but hey, you're a tomb robber. So out comes the the guards, as you can see right there, the Pharaoh guard, because they don't want you robbing their tombs. Now, one of the interesting things when you do these special little missions, right there, that's a premium currency. So that's one of those raw bushfire lattices. So that was kind of cool. I can collect those, and like I said, you can sell those. A stack of 500 of them, though, is only a couple of dollars, so you're not going to get rich off of those, but they are a currency that you get to earn. Now, normally, if I was doing a full run on the dungeon, I would go this way, because you see on the map, there's like, I can go that way, and there's some monsters to kill, but we're trying to do this quick, so we're just going to run to the other sarcophaguses. Yeah, like overall, this is a pretty good game, especially because it's still in beta. A lot of the things that they're developing are going to make the game a lot better for people to play. They're going to introduce an archer class pretty soon. They're finally going to introduce female characters. They're also going to introduce a party making system, which is probably the thing that's been most frustrating for me playing this game, is until I convinced some of my friends to come and play, which took a little bit of effort, and we started to level up and get watches around the same level, we finally had people to play with. Before that, we are all playing alone, And when you play alone, you don't have that same opportunity to get as much gear and to get as much good stuff. It's also why I only bought that one time. I was a little bit slower investing into this game because the party making system was not to my liking. Now there is, I'll go ahead and bring it up on my screen here after I clear these guys. There is a chat system, a global chat, but it gets really spammy. All of their servers talk into this same global chat. There's a mixture of people looking for prestige portals and a mixture of people who want to play non-prestige portals and just want to play the game. They don't have some of the more advanced party making systems that you might see in World of Warcraft, where you can queue to do a dungeon and then other people queue to do the dungeon and then they go ahead and party you up and put you all in that dungeon together. But they do know those kind of systems exist, and they are going to have some kind of variation of that. They don't, and they don't want to ruin that. So, all right, here comes that Tomb Guard to hit me. Jump up here, which is going to mess some of them up. We're going to drop an oil trap down there so that we can get that guy a little bit flustered. We're going to sweep the leg and knock him down. We got up pretty quick though. Back away, hit him with the shurikens. As you can see, the one thing that's nice about this combat system, and yes, I am in a dungeon where I am over leveled. Also, I filled up my inventory bags. You have to get bags, so what I'm going to do now, because I've been picking up everything, unidentified items don't sell for as much. So like these level 23 gloves, even though they're blue, I wouldn't probably identify a level 21 item. So we're going to get rid of all the greens that are unidentified and all the blues that are too low of level that I wouldn't identify them to see if they're good for me. Like this thing right here, this is level 26. My necklace is level 29. It's doubtful it'll be better than mine, but I'm going to hold on to it for now. So I tossed all that stuff, and I'm going to start picking up stuff that is identified. As you can see, I can see what that is. It'll be better sell items. I'm playing the game on the second highest level of graphics right now. So there is a higher level than this, but with all my streaming software running, sometimes I get a little bit laggy. This is one of the blue shields I mentioned. As you can see, I can pull this out to fight a blue shield, and I get a big chunk off of that. I'll show you on these attacks, when using the right weapon, see I'm dealing really big numbers to that blue shield. Oh, there's the purple shield over there, so I'll get to show you the opposite in a second. I already destroyed his blue shield. I meant to leave a little bit on there, but alright, so he's dead. But let's see, look, I try to fight this purple shield, hit 11. Oh, he kicked me in the face. I only hit, oh, he kicked me in the face too. Now oh wow, these guys are beating me up a little. Didn't even notice that. We'll do that. We're gonna kill his friend. But I'm beating on him with my hammer. His purple shield's not going anywhere. Pull out this. That's not going anywhere. That's not doing any damage either. Let's pull that away. We go into our inventory. We have this little sword. There we go. Now we're doing damage. Purple shield's gone. I can switch to my stronger hammer to finish him off. These guys are notorious little scoundrels because they have that, what we call a nut kick, that sends you to the ground. And okay, well, the loot you're seeing is not loot that you would make money for. But you're right, if you leave loot on the ground, you can't make as much gold for the game, right? So you get a decent amount of gold. Oh, these guys are a little bit stronger. Oh, we don't want to get hit by that. Oh, good, he missed. One of the nice things about the yellow shield for me is when you see those big 500s pop off, because the hammer is good at doing damage to the blue shield, we take that much more life, because you take life based on how much damage you're dealing. Alright, let's go ahead and equip our sword to get rid of the purple shield. And now he has an orange shield, so we need our hammer. Now some people don't bother doing this. You could just beat on him with your one weapon, and eventually that shield will go away. Also, you do have different abilities. Like technically, this ability here, that kick, is pretty good against a purple shield. So I could have just used that kick mixed with my shurikens, which are good against purple shields as well. Oh, and there I got an artifact fragment. So the thing I was going to tell you, though, Life, is if you loot anything in this game that is worth real money, you do not have to have a spot in your inventory. It just goes to you. Now, you weren't maybe here earlier when I got one of those items. Maybe I'll get lucky and get one out of this chest. But they glow yellow. And like this item here, a prestige portal chip glows yellow, and they just come to you. And if you ever find an NFT, it'll be a blue crystal in the air and it will just fly to you. Now obviously normally you'd want to carry bigger bags. So if you carry bigger bags, then you can... Oh, I wonder where the boss room is. I haven't seen it yet. Throughout the game, you'll eventually get bigger bags, and then you'll be able to carry more loot. Like my higher level character, who's level 43, he can hold a lot more gear than this level 30 guy. He still needs to find some bags that he can hold. He's got some decent bag size, so I was able to pick up a decent amount of gear, but I'm also carrying a lot of potions. This kind of comes from the fact that I am playing multiple characters. Doesn't look like this is the way to the boss room, so we're gonna go back. But that's kind of the difference. There's gold within the game. You do need a lot of gold. Like I have 1.15 million gold. That's actually a decent amount of gold. But my level 43 character, to talk to his next trainer and unlock that level of training, cost me around 1.25 million. So I'm a little bit short to even be able to do that. Now, something that you can find in dungeons, but since I'm doing a quick run on this one, is sell bots. So sometimes there'll be a room. Oh, there's one right up here ahead, so I can show you. So this is random. You don't always get one of those sell bots. You see him sitting right there? Oh, there's one of the premium currencies. So you see that? That's a time crystal. So right there, you saw how it glowed in the air. It floated right to me. There was no way I cannot get that. It goes into my premium inventory. It doesn't matter if this inventory is full. So now that I got a sell bot, I can look at these. So this one has shadow kicks and 3 abilities. Nothing here that I want to buy, but now I can go sell all these. So I'm going to sell all the greens and all the green stuff really quick because I'm not going to wear any of that. Then I can look at this really quickly and compare it to my current gear. Not better. Not better. That's not a better ring. So see how all this stuff is red. Now again, I came and ran a small dungeon. That's got a lot of red. That's got a lot of red. Okay, so now my bags are empty. Now I can open this chest. Oh, that was pretty bad luck. I only got gold out of that chest. Wah wah. But now I can run back to this room over here, at least this one. And if I wanted to spend a little more time doing this... Oh, wait, how far was it? It wasn't too far, I don't think. I think it was just back here. If I was wrong, we'll turn around and head out of here. But now that I found a sell bot, you can always run back to that other loot that was left on the floor and pick it up. I think I left some... Yep, right here. So now I can pick all this up and run back this way. Now, since not all dungeons have sell bots, you start to get creative. Like I would have started to drop all of the common gear that I grabbed, and then eventually I would have started to drop all the uncommon gear that I grabbed, until I, basically was carrying all rare items to go and sell or better. Alright, now this is all that unidentified stuff. See, these numbers are much smaller. I wasn't really going over them. But I don't want to identify any of this low-level stuff. I'm not, because it costs money to see this stuff. I'll save one to identify it, just to show you that process after the dungeon. Now we're going to try to go fight the boss. So this is a boss room. Boss rooms can vary in what you fight. This one is a defeat the boss horde. There are 4 special monsters that I have to go and fight and kill. They'll have a red dot on their head, so this one right here is not. He's just an extra monster. That one up there is. Now he has a blue shield. Oh, did something spawn to me? So he has a blue shield, so we're going to pull this out, and then we're going to try to go invisible and go backstab him. Yeah, we pulled off our backstab. Hadn't showed off my invisibility. You don't usually use invisibility like that often. It's usually more used for resident partners. If you're in a dungeon with a group and they die, you can go invisible and resurrect them. And then once you've resurrected them, you'll come back to being visible. But it's a good little trick. Also, if you get into a tight spot and you're having some trouble, you can use invisibility. These guys with this blue spinny portal above their head, they're called summoners. They're very dangerous. Now, they can summon other monsters. Those monsters can be very high level. And in the worst scenarios, if you start letting them run wild, they will spawn other spawners, and then all of a sudden they'll spawn a bajillion monsters, and I've seen that get quite out of control. This guy, all right, that was bad. I just let him hit me. But one of the things that's kind of nice, he's going to have an orange shield, and you see how I'm kind of beat up, but I told you I have a life-stealing hammer. See those big numbers? Boom, full life again. So that's kind of one of the advantages of using one of the melee classes but not having a healer. You put that lifesteal gem somewhere in your weapon, and then you're able to go ahead and refill your HPs. Now we have a dinosaur to fight over here as the last one. So this is kind of interesting. These T-Rexes aren't the funnest thing to fight. They can hit pretty hard. We're going to throw that oil trap on him because it's going to make him slow. We're going to back off on him, and we're going to finish him off with our shuriken. Now again, I came and did a dungeon where I am pretty powerful, just to kind of show you guys a full complete run of a dungeon. Now at the very end, we get this level 28 epic boss chest. We're going to go ahead and pop this. As you can see, a lot more items come out of these boss chests, so it's good to clear your dungeon. These gears sell pretty good. There's an epic pair of shoulder blades. There's a new bag, so that actually might be a new bag for me to use. There's another new bag. There's an epic pair of gloves. This, and this. Pick it all up because we have the room. When you run over here, you're going to get a breakdown of experience and a loot feed. The loot feed's pretty cool. So as you can see on this run, I earned 3 of these raw bushfire lattices. I earned 2 time crystals. I earned 1 portal mod chip. I earned 2 prestige portal mod chips. I earned 2 artifact fragments. Artifact fragments, you save up 10 of them and you can trade them to a bot to get a random special prize that can include NFTs, but is normally pocket watches or gold. So you get gold, pocket watches, or very rarely an NFT. I've never gotten an NFT doing that. There is a distinguished bot that you can trade to. He is random and hard to find. I usually only trade mine to him, but still I've never got an NFT. And then you can see all the other gear that you've picked up. The cool thing is when you play with other people, you'll see a breakdown of all the gear they did, who did the most damage, who did the most revives, who did the most everything. Very stat driven game at the end, so that's pretty cool. And then they added this portal now that spawns right next to the chest. The portal used to spawn at a special spot on the map, and you had to run to it, but that was super annoying. Alright, so now we're finished. There's another dungeon here that spawned, but we're not going to go into that one. We're just going to head back to town. We're going to do a little bit of selling, a little bit of identifying of items, and then I think we're going to be cutting this stream short. We did a nice little hour here. Oh, one of the things that you'll see, sometimes you can get lucky and you won't have to head back to town. Right over there, see that shop bot spawned? So I could run over to him, empty my bags, and then run back, but I want to go ahead and go back to Watertown. On the board, you can see I have my daily quests. I needed to close a corrupted portal, but I didn't get that mission. I needed to loot 1,000 gold. I needed to do a mission called Align the Rings and Invoke Some Trouble. That's a boss room thing. That boss room I went into could have been Align the Rings, but it wasn't. It was instead Kill the Boss Horde. So that's what it was. And overall it went pretty good. So you'll see here, even all by myself, I was able to run a dungeon, finish a dungeon, get some items, get some premium currencies, get some time crystals, and have a little bit of fun. I found these bags. So this one has 8 spots. This one has 11, so that one's better. This one has 8 spots. This bag has 8 spots and 13 energy. This one has 6 energy. This one has nothing. So those bags aren't any better than my bags. So we'll be selling those. We got an epic pair of gloves, but they're Chronomancer gloves, so they're not for my character, unfortunately. Now, because you can make your character any character, you're going to be able to find gear, and if you save it up, you could possibly have gear for another character you would start. The one problem with that, and something they need to help out with, you only get one stash, and there's no way yet that I know of to make it bigger. And so since there's like 5 different classes in the game, it's kind of hard to hold gear for that many different classes. But the way you can do that, yeah, I shared a link at the start, so I'll share it again. Let me see, is it in my Control V? Nope, that is not it. Let me get it for you. Since I am an official creator, I have this special little creator code. So let me get the chat back up, my friend. There you go. That should work as long as it came through properly. Let me double check. Did that come through right? But nope, that didn't come through right. Oh my gosh, that was the wrong one. Ugh. Let me see, why didn't that come through correctly? I'm so bad. I need to put this on here. I did put it on here. I'm a dummy that I forgot that I put it on here. I need to learn how to pin something too. So that's the right one. Creator Big Time Stever82. If you join with that link, play through the tutorial, you'll officially be someone I invited to the game. So thank you very much if you do that. And then you can set Stever82 as your creator code on OpenLoot. I'll show you on OpenLoot how you can do that really quick here. So as you can see, when you are in here and you go to your profile, you can set a creator right here. Ape invited me to this game, so I have him as my creator friend. And if you do decide to purchase any items in the game, we do get a tiny little kickback. It's not a large percentage, and it doesn't make you cost anything more. It comes from the Big Time's share of any sale made on their marketplace. This is the decryptor. I said I was going to show this to you guys, so we'll go ahead and do that really quick. Oh, this last one didn't work? The creator Big Time Stever 82? I can actually go to the creator page then and get you one the other way. Now, that one had been working for me. Hold up. Let me go in here again. So I can click here, invite codes. These are all not claimed yet. Let's minimize that. And let me paste this in here. So that one should work if the other ones didn't. I have been told my creator Big Time one should work. What we're gonna do, we're gonna identify this one. My shoulders are level 24. This one's level 16. We're not gonna identify that. My chest piece is level 23. This one is level 27, so we're gonna identify that. So we'll decrypt these. Okay, the gear ended up being a Time Warrior gear, so that was bad luck. This bracelet ended up not having any dexterity, so we're not going to use that. And the chest piece ended up being for a quantum fixer, so we can't wear that. So that was a big want, wasted my gold, rolled all of those devices for other characters. I did find one Shadowblade helmet, but this is really low level. I also found some Shadowblade shoulders, but these were low level. But I was in a low level dungeon. The belts are just belts in this game. They're not typically for any class, so you're just looking for one with the right stats, and that one didn't have the right stats. The only thing I found that was kind of cool, this is a gear with Shuriken Fan with 47 energy. I am using Shuriken Fan, so let me double check what. So I have 5 agility with Shuriken Fan, or I could have 27 energy with a Shuriken Fan. Now, if that wasn't energy, I might switch it, but I like the dexterity more. Dexterity is what causes me to do damage. I'm a Shadowblade, I'm supposed to do damage, and I actually have a good amount of mana. So now I'm gonna show you one other little tip. When you're gonna go sell items here in town, you're gonna see for this gear with Shuriken Fan, he's offering me 483 gold. But let me go see what this guy will give me for it. Oh, he'll only give me 203. Right? What about this one? Ah, come on, let me talk to you. 417, so that one was close. There's this one way up here on the heel. He's giving 314. Okay, so the very first one that I went to was the best one, this one in the back over here. But if you didn't check all of them and you just ran up to one of those two and sold, you'd get less money. So you're going to want to go to the one that pays you the most for the items. Typically, if you see other people, oh yeah, no problem, Life and Reason, if you had a little bit of issue on the link. So if you see other people around oh, these are actually, I forgot about this item that I got. So this one, it's a Shadowblade shoulder. Yeah, but see, my current shoulders have 30 vitality on them. And these ones, even though they have a little bit more evasion and dodge, that 30 vitality is a pretty big number, so we're not gonna toss this. Oh, that's funny that the names are kind of cute. So, there we sold out. We ended up making, probably about 50,000 gold tonight on those runs. We failed on the one dungeon that I probably shouldn't have been trying to run alone, because if you're going to run dungeons alone, you want to do what I did on the second dungeon, and that's run a dungeon that's a little bit lower level than you so you can actually complete it. That doesn't really start to apply until you're probably in the 20s. Before then, you can actually run dungeons that are higher level than you. They make it a little bit easier in the under 10 and the 10 to 20. Then when you start getting into the mid 20s to the upper 30s, it gets more difficult. And once you're in the 40s, it's really difficult to do dungeons at your level. You usually have to do dungeons that are a little bit lower, and when you do lower dungeons, you get less experience, so you're going to level up a little bit slower. That's the way the game is. Now, just a quick look at the party system. So you can press P, and you can see the people that are in your area looking for a group. You can even make them be more close to you, but this is it, right? I can only see this one player on my server that is near me that is also marked as looking for a group. He is currently level 10. Now he's level 21. He switched to a different watch. Either way, I'm level 30. I probably don't want to group with him. Now, if I was in a busier server, there'd be more people here, but still, as you can see, this isn't great. There's not even a way to send a message to these people. I could just send him a party invite, and then once he's in my party, then I could talk to him. The zone chat, pretty much no one talks in. Everyone talks in global chat, but since everyone talks in global chat, it's kind of hard to have a conversation. Yeah, you're actually right. They could, and the game has lots of cute little things and little specialties in it. And like I said, it's free to play. You never have to invest anything, and then if you really like it, you can invest money. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get out of the game, and then we're gonna bring up the open loot market again, and we're gonna go to the marketplace. Now, the NFTs, I'm not going to lie, this game kind of runs on Ethereum. Some of them are quite expensive, $9,000, as you can see there. Some of them are quite cheap. An uncommon title, like the one I bought for $9. I think I bought mine for $4. So, the cool thing is, if you decide to purchase any of these, like let's say like I bought this one right here, this sword, I could create this, I could equip this NFT, and then no matter what weapon I was using, it would look like I'm using this sword. And then if I bought this set of armor, see this is a complete set of armor that is for sale, and I equip these things, then this armor is what you would see no matter what armor I actually was wearing. You would always see this. And then if I got this shield, you'd always see that shield. So, you know, it would cost me a few $100s to deck my character out, but now he can look how I want him to look. He can have a title that I want him to have. What is this? Aqueous Wanderer, a silver lining, all that glitters. I actually bought the Lonely Knight from back when I was playing solo in the beginning before I could get my friends in, because I was a lonely knight. And so I decided to buy that title when I saw it for sale for a couple dollars. This is actually tempting. It's only $13.50 for a rare weapon. I haven't seen one that cheap in a long time. I heard the market items got cheaper, so I'm going to have to take a look at those and maybe buy myself a couple of NFTs. I've been waiting to do that. Markets go up and down, so you can always try to time things like that correctly. But all right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Big shout out to Life and Reason, to Fizz, to Bolts, and to Plato, who was hanging out on the Twitch stream, and Ink. Thank you for all of you doing that. And we're going to go ahead and end it there, guys.